All right, Bulldog, since it's a new year, I figured I would do a video talking to you guys about how to get in shape, basically starting from zero, because I know a lot of you guys are wanting to finally build a good physique, get in shape, lose fat, and build a more masculine frame. You don't have to have a physique like mine, but the point is that you have to be doing something physical, knowing that you've got that physical discipline and being proud of who you are as a man, having that strength that makes you feel dominant, makes you feel masculine, because it is going to influence how you act and it is going to influence how other people perceive you. So let's jump right into this. I'm going to give you some real simple stuff to do to get started here. That's going to make it a lot simpler than all the kind of stuff you've been probably listening to on the internet and books you've read and stuff like that, because it's not that difficult. So the very first thing that I want you to do is I want you to figure out one fitness goal. What is the one thing that you want to do? So many people, the reason why they fail is because they say, oh, I want to get in shape. And they have all these ideas. They want to gain muscle and lose fat at the same time. They want to start running. They want to eat healthier. These are all sort of ambiguous type of things, and some of these goals are conflicting. So you might be thinking, well, here's what I need to do is I need to lose fat, I need to gain some muscle, I need to increase my endurance, whatever it is. You can list out the things. In fact, there's an exercise. If you're a Bulldog Mindset member, go into the membership right now and go watch the looking in the mirror exercise. That video, very, very important. I talk about breaking it down and looking at all of your flaws, right? All of your imperfections and embracing those things. It's standing in the mirror naked, essentially, and then working on those things and figuring out what things you can work on, which things you can accept. So I want you to make this catalog, and you could even do this at the lower level. You could go through and you could say, physically, what is wrong with me? I carry too much fat. I don't like my midsection. I have love handles. I need a bigger chest. My arms are scrawny. Whatever it is. So make a list of all of those things. And then what I want you to do is I want you to prioritize that list in the order of what is most important. What thing can you make the change in that would make the biggest effect on your physique? You don't need to necessarily change everything, but we want to find one thing. Now, for most of you guys, what it's going to be losing fat. That's what most of you guys. For some of you guys, it's going to be gaining muscle, gaining size. But I want you to give me something very specific. In fact, leave a comment down below and say what it is. What is the specific thing? So that's step number one. Once you have that, now we can start working towards that. So now the next thing that I want you to do is I want you to come up with what needs to happen at a minimum in order for that to occur. Let's just set a goal for now. Maybe it's 30 pounds. So in order for you to lose 30 pounds, what has to happen at a minimum? You have to be eating at a deficit. So you're going to have to eat less calories. You don't even need to run. You don't even need to exercise. All you have to do is eat less calories. Now we can add some of those things later, but first let's just look at the basic stuff that's going to get you to where you need to go. If you're trying to gain muscle, what has to happen? You're going to have to get into the gym and lift weights. So the point is that we need to figure out what is the bare minimum basic thing that you need to do in order to make progress towards this goal. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to come up with a plan. I want you to come up with a routine that you're going to follow that is going to ensure that you meet that objective number one, the one thing that you need to do in order to move towards that goal. So let's look at losing fat. So I want you to write this down. Say, I'm going to come up with a diet plan, whatever that plan is, but it needs to be exact. So you need to know, write this down. When are you eating every day? What are you eating every day? Now you can make it more complicated if you want. If you want to eat one meal a day and eat the same thing every day, eat a pound of turkey sausage and a bunch of vegetables, do that. That's fine. Or you can come up with a menu, or you can count your calories. You can put in MyFitnessPal. However you want to do it. My only requirement is that when you're going to eat, how many times, when, and what it is going to be. On Mondays, it could be different than Tuesdays. It's fine, but you need an actual protocol, an actual plan. Okay? Next. Now, if you're trying to gain weight, it's going to be similar, right? Same type of thing, same step. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to determine what secondary thing can you do. You can pick one secondary thing. So let's say you want to lose weight. Walking is a great exercise, is a great idea. So now what I want you to do is I want you to plan on your calendar when you're gonna go walk. You could go for running if you want to, that's fine as well. But I want you to plan on your calendar when you're gonna go do the thing that you're gonna do. If you're gonna do it 4 days a week or 5 days a week, put it on the calendar, put an exact time. That's it. Now, again, if you're trying to gain muscle, maybe that means going to the gym and lifting weights. That's fine. Then put that on your calendar. And that's all you're gonna do for now. You're not gonna do anything else besides execute those things as perfectly as possible. And then every time that you fail, and you will fail, you're gonna take notes and you're gonna say, why did I fail? How can I modify this system that I have in place right now in order to not fail again? What kind of safeguards can I put into place? So for example, let's say you screw up on your diet. Why? Because I went out to eat with some friends. So there's a solution to that. You could say, no, I'm gonna make it so a rule that I don't go out to eat with friends. Or you could make it a rule that says, when you do go out to eat with friends, you don't eat that whole rest of the day and you don't ever get a dessert when you go out. I don't care what rules you make for yourself, but you have to start making these rules for yourself and moving yourself in that direction, because that is what's going to allow you to change your lifestyle in that direction that you want to go. If you want some specific tips on exactly how to eat, how to diet, how to lift in the gym and what to lift and all that stuff, there is in the Bulldog Mindset membership. If you're already a member, go check that out. There's plenty of videos and content on that where I give you my exact plan. I show you exactly how I do things, exactly how I lift, some real simple steps and plans for weight loss. If you want that, it's a worthwhile investment for you. Plus you get the support of all the guys in there helping you, accountability, the live streams, all kinds of stuff in there. Now, this is it. This is all I want you to do. I don't want you to do extra things. So what does this mean? If you're trying to lose fat right now, I don't want you in the gym lifting weights. You listen to me, because you've been trying to do this for how long? How many times have you failed? It's because you're not listening to me, because you think that you need to do all these things. And I am saying keep it really simple until you hit your goal. Now, once you hit your goal, let's say that your goal was to lose 30 pounds. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at that list. We're gonna make that list again, actually, and we're gonna look at the next thing. What's the next biggest thing that you can do? And maybe that will be gaining muscle. And then maybe you're gonna go to the gym. Or maybe it'll be increasing your endurance, or whatever it is. You can have a secondary goal after that, or increasing the size of your arm, whatever it is. But we want to knock out the most important thing first as simply as possible, so that you don't create unnecessary risk from achieving the goal that's going to give you 80% of the effectiveness that you want. That's why we rank these things, is because you and I both know, for a lot of you guys, if you lost 30 pounds, that would make the biggest impact on your life. You don't need to gain muscle. You don't need to be in the gym. Sure, you could do that later, but just losing the weight, just not being fat anymore, that would improve your health. It would improve your looks by a huge amount. It would improve your confidence by a huge amount. So why complicate this, and why add unnecessary risk by adding more things to it? Not that those things wouldn't be effective. It's just that it creates unnecessary risk. It makes it less likely that you're going to adhere and follow through and achieve the goal. Once you have demonstrated that you can achieve a goal and you can get to where you want to with the goal that you first have, now let's add some more things. Now we can start looking at creating a secondary goal and making progress and whatnot. So this is how you get started, right? This is how you get started. You just pick one goal. You set up a plan for that. Figure out what is the thing that you need to do in order to achieve that goal. Come up with the simplest possible way to execute that plan. Put that plan in writing, and then put your exercise portion of it on the calendar. And that's it. If you can't do that, you can't do anything else. I promise you. So if you can't just stick to that, then don't worry about any other stuff. Don't worry about reading all these books on nutrition and health and all this stuff. None of it matters. Because if you cannot do that simple thing, which it's harder than it sounds, but if you can't do that, then nothing else is gonna matter.